Welcome to the best evening sports show on the planet, the DMV Sports Talk Show, with your host, Razul McGee from Springfield, Virginia. We keep you updated on all sports in the DMV with the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now, let's get into the DMV Sports Talk Show.
Welcome to another edition of DMV Sports Show. I'm your host, Razul McGee. It's Saturday. That's right, it's Saturday. They get the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. Thanks for the lit. You're lit. They're lit. And you know what? It's the greatest show on the planet. Night show on the planet with your host, Razul McGee. I can't complain. We got a ton of sports news just for you to listen and to comment and to talk about your team. Guess what? We're going to talk about the Washington Commanders, NFL draft, and NFL Combine came to an end March 6th, but there's a ton of new prospects waiting to become National Football League players, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the Washington Wizards and what they did and who they beat, why they lost 2 games in a row, and who their next opponent is. Also, we're going to talk about the Maryland Terrapins as well. Maryland has a great record, 21-12, but we're going to get to that as well. We're also going to talk about the Washington Capitals, and we're going to talk about the Baltimore Orioles preseason game, and not least on the planet, we're also going to talk about breaking news, folks. We got 2 breaking news coming up, and one person to help us is Gerald. Gerald's going to help us with the last breaking news, and I'm going to tell you the next breaking news coming up. It's a land of opportunity and news, sports news. You just got to sit in your seat, relax, and kick off your shoes because I'm not going to let you go undetected. So with that being said, also it's 6:02 an hour. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 512-543-4662. That's, I'm going to say it again, 512-543-4662. Don't be shy. Call in. If you got a question, don't worry. I'm going to always have your back. So I'm going to open up the phone lines just right now. So, hey, you want to call in? Call on in. All right? So let's get it started. So the Washington Commanders have a ton of new prospects lined up in their board for getting ready for April come in. But here's the thing. There's a ton of news. So Jeff Bostic has set a break ground on a $38 million sports academy that will allow young athletes to thrive and come into the NFL. So that's one great news right there. Another one is Brent Vislemire. Now, Brent Vislemire used to be a Oakland Raider. So Jack Del Rio had brought him in to be a defensive back coach. So now we have a defensive back coach ready and waiting to start his tenure as a Commander. We're also going to talk about the NFL draft prospects for the Commanders and who do they want. So a lot of chatter is about Christian Gomez, who's a CB out of Oregon. So you transferred to Oregon, but he was hurt and injured. But, you know, there's a lot going on with that. And the Washington Commanders are getting not 1, not 2, but 8 picks from the compensatory pick, which is, I think it was 7 third round picks plus 1 fourth round from the New England Patriots, a total of 8. And that is going to be a great pick up. I think we have a caller coming in, and it's none other than, say your name for the record.
Marilyn.
Marilyn's here. Marilyn
Hi,
Myers.
Marilyn.
This is Marilyn Myers, our reigning champion and coach of, and she's a champion of Dmv Sports Show. She is one of the best and one of my favorite analysts here. And not only does she know her stuff, she knows Virginia Hokies very well because she's a Virginia Hokie fan. Now, before we start, Marilyn, we got some breaking news. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Jets are now trying to get Aaron Rodgers, and they're close to finalizing the deal to bring him to the New York Jets. How do you feel about that?
With the Packers, I'm like, why would he want to give up so easy? And if the Jets, if they've got good receivers and they got the team, to hold him, to make everything connect, that's fine. That's great. It just makes me wonder, are they going to have that?
So the thing.
What do you think?
So the thing about that is, at first I thought maybe it was fake, because there's not. I mean, I don't see Aaron Rodgers trying to go back to New York because there's nothing there for him. But if the Jets are giving up the kit and caboodle of all their players plus draft picks of next year, the year before, and the year after that, with a little money on the side, just imagine how the organization of the New York Jets is going to tumble. So now what you're doing is you're saying that they're going to weigh heavily on free agency for the next 2 years.
You're right.
And which means they're going to be out of the NFL draft the next 2 years, and they're probably going to have one draft pick per draft. That's crazy. So now what you're doing is you're saying that you're going to waste all your ammunition on one quarterback that could potentially either make it or break it for you. That is completely, unbelievably crazy.
Yeah, it is unbelievable. It's like I said, if they don't have, and it's the way you put it, if they don't have that team, and especially the receivers, and they don't,
But hold your thoughts. Hold on 1 second, Marilyn. We have another caller. Yep. State your name for the record.
Hey, Mr. Razoo, it's Gerald.
It's Gerald. Gerald's going to help us with the breaking news. This is 100% the greatest. He got his own talk show host, and he's got his own talk show. Excuse me. And he's going to help us right now. Gerald, what did you find out?
I've been hearing that the deal is done. He's heading to New York, but I cannot find anything on any of the WhatsApp that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that they have been talked about Rodgers going to the Jets. Now here is the problem with this whole situation.
Wow.
Rodgers is 39 years old.
Right. Well,
How many good years does he still have left in him?
Well, let's break.
I'd say he'd have at least 5.
I'm saying maybe 2 at the most.
That's really good numbers both of you two are making. In my own opinion, I think Aaron Rodgers has at least 4.5 good years left in him, if he has the talent around him to bolster up a playoff berth in the AFC. Now, keep in mind, folks, the AFC is really, really tough, and you can't compete with a Chiefs and the Patriots and and you have the Broncos, and you have the Raiders, you have all these other really other teams that have progressed over the years to be really good in their own way. Now you're dealing with somebody who only understands the X's and O complexity of a Green Bay Packer. So you need to bring a offensive mind from the Green Bay Packer to actually.
And not only that, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
He was, he gets a lot of money.
True.
I mean, a lot.
True.
Are the Jets going to be able to do that? From what you told me, it don't sound like it.
So that is another great point. Here's where I think the complication comes in. That means if they trade him to the Jets have to pick up his tab. So that would mean that the Green Bay Packers will only owe him half of what he's asking for, and then the Jets will have to restructure and then give him the money in his contract for the next plus 5 years if he can go that long. And that's where the trickiness comes in the agreement and the word in the incentives in the new agreement that he's going to have with the Jets. This is so fascinating to actually hear that the Jets were willing to pick up everything and toss it out the window for Aaron Rodgers. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. That's like...
And also...
Yeah, go ahead, Gerald.
Take this in consideration. Rodgers has been in the league for 19 years already.
Right. And he's only been with one team. Green Bay.
And if you start to look at the history of quarterbacks, when they start getting up into the 30s, around 30, 40, the body starts giving out on them.
That's why you got really great trainers in Green Bay.
Tom Brady, though, I would say is an exception.
Well, see, the thing.
Don't even get me started on Brady. I'm not a fan. Oh well. I'm sorry.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and tackle. So we have a comment. Hold on. One of my seconds. We have one comment. It says, "Okay, so there might be some hope for the Jets." I don't know. It takes a nucleus around a quarterback to get into saying that there's going to be stability. There's not going to be a stability unless they bring somebody who's familiar with the X's and O's to guide Aaron Rodgers into a offense that flows. All right. So here's another point. Remember how Drew Brees came into the Jets? He was a San Diego Charger at first. And when they brought him in, they had to bring somebody familiar with him into the organization so that way he can be, decent. But then they brought in another head coach, and Sean, what is his name? Sean. He was offensive coordinator. Now he's a Denver Bronco. I forgot what his name is. Sean Payton. Sean Payton brought Sean Payton in, and then Sean Payton actually structured everything around him so that way he had a functioning environment.
Team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now,
yes, I will give the Jets this compliment. They do have a good receiving core.
Right. That's true. That is absolutely true. But do they have a functioning running game? Now, remember, he had Mike McCarthy and he had LaFleur. Now, LaFleur is a running game type of guy and passing last. Now, they're going to have a running back quarterback in Trey Lance that can actually do both run and pass. So, there's a win-win. I mean, for both teams, right? Because here's the thing that everybody is is, I mean, probably y'all understand, but I'm going to say, but yeah, the thing is that the draft is coming up and they can bolster up their team. The problem is Jets gave up so much. I know they're going to give up a whole lot, that they're going to say exactly what the Saints did when they had Mike Ditka as their head coach, and he gave up everything to the Washington Redskins at the time just to get that running back that came out of Texas. And they literally had everything thrown at us, and they didn't win that many games. So my question is, if you don't have that quarterback, would you still win? Is the Jets going to still win with Aaron Rodgers? I'm going to pose that question to Marilyn and then you, Gerald.
I'm going to say, and I did hear about this, and I did read about it, but the fact is, Aaron Rodgers wants his receiver, remember?
Mm-hmm.
That really good receiver that he was really connecting with, and he wants him with him.
So you think he's going to get Deontay Wilder from the Raiders back to the Jets? Adams. I knew it was DeMonte. I wasn't sure if it was Williams or Adams. But thanks, Gerald.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he does. He wants his, and they evidently, do click completely. So, that is one thing that hurts him, is when Adams left. And that's what I couldn't understand. The Green Bay Packers should have kept him. Period.
Well, the thing about it is, I have heard reports about, about how Aaron Rodgers was vocal about the team, about certain players, and how they, and also I also heard some other rumors about how former players who were with him, he was a negative person towards certain players when they didn't play well, And remember also,
he would tell them to play, and they did not listen. They did something else. They would do what they wanted to do. They were not listening to their quarterback. If you're not going to back up your quarterback, then, hey, it ain't going to work.
Right.
It's not what he said, it's how he said it to his players.
Right.
He basically degraded them.
Right. That's true. We have another caller. State your name for the record, please.
Twisted that.
This is Kevin. How you guys doing?
What's up, Kev?
Hey, Kevin.
What's going on, guys?
Yo, we're having a great time. It's breaking news because what's going on is that Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet. What are your thoughts on that?
So the trade went through?
Yeah, man, it's all done. It's all over the internet.
What did the Jets have to give up to get him?
Well, they haven't found. I mean, it's done, but we won't get the information until maybe Monday or later on.
Okay. I think that's a good move for the Jets. If you take notice right now, teams are going all in for that 1 year to win that Super Bowl, and they deal with the rest of it later on. I think that's what it's up. I think they're probably going to restructure his contract and bring in other talent to New York. I think that that if you look at the games that the Jets lost last year, it had a lot to do with the quarterback play.
True.
Now they got a guy that can make plays. He has a running game. He has a great offensive line. He has some good wide receivers in New York. Defense is pretty good. He got a solid. So that always good. But now, didn't they hire Hackett from the one that was at Denver? They got fired. I think they hired him.
Let me see.
As their OC.
That is a good point.
I'm sure.
Let me check that out for a minute. I want to also ask you a question. And now this goes to the defense that you brought up, which is a great point. Now, remember that defensive guy that left and became the head coach? I think he was at Maryland once before. I think he was at Maryland and he got the head coaching job for the Jets. Do you think he's doing a great job bringing Aaron Rodgers? And what do you think about the defense? Is the defense the primary point of why the Jets are that good?
Yeah, their defense is kept in a lot of games last year. Their issue was their issue was the offensive play of the quarterback, the inconsistency of the quarterback play. And now you have Aaron Rodgers there. Again, I think that they're going to restructure his contract to bring in more talent to that team. I'm just waiting to see what the contract. I'm waiting to see what the trade looks like.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's probably the biggest part of it, because a lot of times when you trade for
you give
like
up
that,
a lot of stuff. Exactly. Yep.
You're going to be losing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the main piece that you have that would make the team better, you might have to give like the situation with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
When he went to Denver.
Yeah.
Everything that he needed in Denver, he left and went to Seattle.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
a good point.
I'm kind of see what type of deal that the Jets did to get him. I mean, that's a big move for him. But I'm gonna say this: Aaron Rodgers is a guy who's he reads a lot about himself. Being in New York, you know, you're gonna be in front. He's in the limelight now. So when he does come through, he's gonna be criticized a lot for what he's not doing. But I think he'll fit in well. Just think about this, guys. He was with Green Bay the whole time. They never drafted an offensive skill player for him in the first round.
Right.
He did more with less than most quarterbacks could do. He won back-to-back MVPs. So we know he still got it. He still got it in him. So now he has talent.
Yeah, he does. He's smart.
Now he got some talent around him. That's gonna make this even distant. I'm gonna say this. I think they're right now probably favored to win that division with Aaron Rodgers going there because Buffalo's gonna lose some players because of salary structures.
Right.
They got to do some. Yeah, the salary cap is hit real hard because they gave Josh Allen all that money. You know, now if they want to be competitive, what they might have to do is go to Josh Allen and say, "Yo, can you restructure your contract?" If he says yes, then maybe they okay. If he says no, then they're going to be in a hurt locker.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well, I was just researching what you were saying. Well, it reads that the New York Jets has still looking for a coordinator. Patriots tight end Nick Caley, Eagles quarterback Brian Johnson, and former Colts offensive coordinator Marcus Brady. They're going to interview those, but there's no definition defining, a point where they selected one yet. I might have to look tomorrow, or this haven't even updated yet. But those are the candidates they're selecting for an interview.
Okay.
But that is a great point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Maybe he went somewhere else.
Yeah, true.
Maybe they also.
Sorry about
maybe
that.
The coach for the Denver Broncos went somewhere else. I could have swore he went to the. I thought he was going to the Jets because they figured if they get him, they had an opportunity to get rid of Aaron Rodgers there. But I'm happy. I'm happy for the Jets, man. I really am. I want to see how well this goes. This is going to be something else. I'm telling you.
I totally agree. Oh, hold on. I don't want before we start. I'm sorry, I didn't say this. We got another caller. Caller, say your name for the record. Caller, you still there? I think we have Lou, and I think Lou is probably got on mute. But Lou's on a call with us, folks. Okay, go ahead, Kev. And who okay, so before we start, the NFL Combine. Oh, okay. Lou, you with us?
Yes.
All right, man. Welcome. So we just got through a breaking news, Lou. We got everybody's perspective but you. I want to get your thoughts. What do you think about this breaking news about Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Jets? Already done. What are your thoughts?
I'm in shock. I'm in complete shock. He even said himself that he's not going to stay with the Packers. He was going to retire. And then all of a sudden, just as we're ending up the show here, like, I don't believe this is happening.
Right.
The sky is falling. But you got to remember, though, that Rodgers is not the same Rodgers he was when he won the Super Bowl for the Packers. He's been taking a downward turn since then. And, there's been questions about, how his behavior has been lately, with that whole isolation incident.
Right.
Gee, what am I going to do? I mean, it doesn't sound like he's got a sound mind, though. He needs a sound mind as well as a sound body to play football. I'm a little worried about Rodgers coming in. If he gives us the winning season, great. I mean, that'd be the best news we can have. But as far as taking him, far into the playoffs, I don't see it happening, also considering his age as well. I mean, there's been plenty of times we've had these so-called seasoned quarterbacks, but as their age gotten there, their skills have declined. And I hate to see another player who's past his prime going on our side to make it, a season we're getting. It does concern me.
Well, Lou, here's where I think the Jets are repeating history. Wasn't it Brett Favre who was traded from the Green Bay Packers to the New York Jets at one time and point in his timeline, right? So, is that right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
No playoffs.
But then they trade him to the Vikings, and he took them. I think he took them to the playoffs and lost.
Yeah.
So in this, I think what the Jets are doing, they're doing what history has shown them that they can do once they get a high-rated quarterback to be transferred to them to see what they can bolster. Now I think what they're going to do it, and I'm just like Kevin, I'm just same way. I want to see what they put in the deal because normally when hey, Kevin, you could vouch for me. Remember, I said this before. Remember how the Saints had Mike Ditka as head coach, and he gave all those picks to the Washington Redskins?
For who?
For I think it was Williams for the running back.
Was that Ricky Williams?
Ricky Williams. Yep, Ricky Williams. Yep.
Yes.
So this is exactly why I think if the Jets are smart, they would have gave half in instead of all in. If they gave all in, then just like I was saying before, they're not going to have a draft pick for the next 2 years if they went all in. If they went half in, then we see what the deal was so that way we can give our insight into it because this is remarkable. This is a remarkable deal that's been dealt tonight. I'm just like Luke. I'm shocked. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to live out his life with his contract with the Green Bay Packers. Oh my God. It's just I'm 100% blown right now.
That I have a very close friend who has been a Packers fan forever, and I haven't asked him yet, but I'm tell you, I'm going to find out. He speaks his mind.
You know what's going to be funny? It's going to be all those Packer fans online right now in their group, blowing up their whole entire group with I hate the deal fans. I hate the fans. They're going to be throwing stuff, making mimes about the organization, their head coach, their running back coach, their wide receiver coach, the strength coach, the water guy.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't think Rodgers is going to get that much money. No. And I think that's what he is putting on the line.
I think he will, because remember, Green Bay still has to give him his last portion of the deal that they constructed with him before. I mean, he gets traded. So yeah, he's probably going to get majority of his contract as soon as he go over to the Jets, and the Jets have to pick up the tab. It's just like when let's see, who can I reference this with? It's just like when Derek Carr went to the Saints, and they haven't released him his portion of his contract. But when he's now his deal is done to 12, so it's 100% and written in stone. This all season has been remarkable. I'm kidding. I love this deal. I love this deal. This is by far. We just getting ready for the splash because free agency is coming. Free agency is coming. The draft is coming. Oh, I just love this.
Here's the deal that the Jets are offering for Aaron Rodgers. I mean that the Jets are offering for Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, go for it.
Packers get 2023 second and fourth round picks, additional 2024 third round pick, and the Jets get Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
Packers get a 2023 second and fourth round picks.
Oh.
What?
And they get a conditional 2024 third round pick.
So that just came out just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we don't have to wait until tomorrow.
So they have signed. They signed.
I haven't heard anything yet, but it's a possibility. I'm still trying to find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is that. I mean, just 2 picks. I think you have to give out a whole bunch. I thought players were involved. I thought maybe the Packers would give up a player. I mean, the Jets would give up a player or two plus picks, plus compensatory picks, and then money to get Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is a high level.
I know they're not going to leave that money.
Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes the deal they don't tell you what's all in the deal until after the deal is finalized and then it's broadcasted.
Until they sign a read the whole contract.
Right. So I think that's just parts of it that are hiding. So I think there's more to it. I know that we're just gonna wait for it. I mean, I'm kind of like when I'm hearing in the beginning. I thought maybe there was some more added on to it as we build up, right? So we'll just wait for the whole full thing. Also, breaking news: Bobby Ingram, former wide receiver of the Seattle Seahawks, is now the new wide receiver coach of the Commanders. Hats off to him. And the Commanders just signed a tackle, Drew Henneman. I think he was a Kansas City Chief. And we're going to go ahead and say that Brent Wassermeyer, he's a new defensive back coach. He was under Jack Del Rio in the Las Vegas Raiders. Now he's with us. So congrats to the new recruits and the new players and the new head coaches who are now Commander acquisitions and position and coaches. Moving forward, we also getting we're getting a total of 8 picks, 7 compensatory picks, 7 from various other teams, 1 from New England, total of 8 picks. So round 3 picks we're going to have a lot of round 3 picks. Let's see.
That sounds good.
It sounds great because we're going to have a really good nucleus of new talented youngsters. Plus, undrafted free rookies who are going to be coming to the camps and try to get signed, which is also a good thing. It's always a good thing when undrafted rookies come in to get on the 53-man roster, because these are talented people who don't get in, who are underlooked. So I hope we get a whole bunch of speedy wide receivers, speedy special teamers, because that's where your team built on special teams. Also,
hey, Razoo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Nathan Hackett was the head coach for Denver, who got fired. He's the offensive coordinator for the Packers.
Oh, you said for the Packers. I thought you were for the Jets, man.
Yeah.
My fault.
No. He was the offensive coordinator for the Packers, but he was the head coach for Denver, which they said he never really called any plays for Aaron Rodgers, but I guess because they have a compatibility together, he goes to the team. So now he's the OC for the Jets with Rodgers going. That's a plus for the Jets with him coming there, because he's familiar with him.
That's good. That's the key. That's the link. Great, man. That's what's up,
There's
Kev.
the key.
Wow.
There it is. One of them. That's one of the keys.
And you know what? He probably advocated for the Jets to get Aaron Rodgers. You never know.
He probably did.
Oh man, that's.
And it's weird. I get watch what I bet you that the Jets they're gonna draft a wide receiver, a tight end, a running back in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, Kev, they got an ace in the hole, Kev. They got an ace in the hole, man.
Oh my God. This is great.
It depends on what that contract, if it's allowed, if that's what they're going to get.
Yeah, right, Kev. You're right, man. Let's go ahead and round. Hey, Lou, what do you think about? So let's do this. I'm gonna talk to Lou and we're gonna see what we're gonna talk more of this, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Lou, what are your thoughts of what the Jets can do in the draft, and who you think they're going to get when they are selected?
Well, you mean the Jets, right? Well, the thing is that we've been making mistakes with grabbing, going after the top. We need to get running back. That's the problem. Our running game is what's really hurting them. So we have to go back that way. And, always too much relying on veteran players. So we need to find someone who's a good running back, and I think also need a good safety as well. That's coming out next month. Otherwise, you're going to make the same mistakes we had been. That's umpteen years.
Right. I really think they do need a running back, because Le'Veon Bell was a good fit for them. They just let this man disappear into the sunset. Even though he didn't have that burst, he was a red zone running back. They could have used a two-man running back system that could have been phenomenal if he allowed to be running from red zone to end zone. They don't know how to use him, and now they got somebody in that head coach was a former Maryland Terrapin defensive coordinator, now head coach, who instilled this toughness into the team. This is in the right direction. They get that running back 100%. Gerald, what do you think?
I agree with what you're saying there, Razoo.
That's what's up, man.
100%.
The thing about this is, so and we're gonna move on to the next topic. It's after I said this, we're gonna go to Washington Capitals. That's just another problem. But the Jets right now are starting to go for both. They're putting on their boxing gloves and their boxes, AFC, East, West, and North. It's going to be fun. I can't, now that you have some, I want to see what they do against Denver. I really, because you got Russell Wilson, who was the Seattle Seahawk, now turned Denver Bronco. Now you're getting Aaron Rodgers. First, it's going to be a rivalry. Dog. Okay, I'm coming down. All right, sorry about that. All right, moving on.
I'm going to have to watch this.
I'm going to DVR every single game when they play. I'm just going to watch. I'm just like, I'm sitting down watching two of the. It's like Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. But okay, all right.
Yeah.
Washington Capitals. Exactly. Washington Capitals for 31-28. They lost the last two games, and they went out from the third spot to the 8th or 9th. So I'm gonna go around the horn right here and ask, do the Washington Capitals make the playoffs? Maryland. Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I said, do you think the Washington Capitals are 31-28-7, went from 3 to I think it's 7 or 8. Do they make the playoffs?
That's a good possibility. That's a good possibility. Yeah.
Even though they went 3 in the division. Okay.
It won what?
31-28.
Pretty good. Don't you think they're gonna go?
My point is, I want to hear what y'all want first, and then I'll give you mine's last. I'm gonna answer your question when everybody else goes. Okay, that's a good point, Gerald.
Okay.
Good possibility they could make it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
Lou.
There is a big possibility they can't make it, but they've got to be healthy, and Ovechkin, has to, get his game up there too. So if Ovechkin is staying in his game, yes, they will make the playoffs. But I don't think it's going to be, a long stay. I think it's going to be, first round and out.
All right, Kev, you're the deciding factor, man, in all this, man. My question is, do you think the Capitals won with a 31-28 record, 7 points? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
You said Washington Capitals?
Yeah.
Team, right?
Yeah, bro.
I don't think it is. I'm looking at the standings now.
Yeah.
They're in a tough division. Problem though.
Yeah.
They're good.
So it could go either way, right?
That's probably the issue though, is that Carolina's playing such good hockey now from looking at the record. I mean, I think it's a good season because if you look at the points, they're leading their points right now. 94. You look at the record; it's not that big of a gap. Excuse me. It's not that big of a gap in the record because record-wise, you guys have the second record in the division, but your points are not the best. You're fifth in point with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in points.
Right.
So you're
So
almost the basement. But even in the team in the basement, apparently everybody's playing good hockey right now because not that big of record-wise, not that big of a deal, but point-wise is one of the bigger factors. If I'm not mistaken about hockey, correct?
right. So the the top one in the Metropolitan is none other than the Carolina Hurricanes, 43 wins, 12 losses, OTLs, and 94 points. The New Jersey Devils, 42 wins, 16 points, OTL 6, 9 points. New York Rangers, 36 wins, 19 losses, 9 OTLs, and 81 points. New York Islanders, 34 points, 25 losses, 8 OTLs, and 76 points. Pittsburgh Penguins, 32 wins, 22 losses, 10 OTLs, and 74 points. And not in last, Washington Capitals, 31 wins, 28 losses, 7 OTLs, 69 points. Now, they have lost 2 games out of their 10, right? So they're 3-6-1. Just like Lou said that, you know, they got to still healthy. Star says ill. But I don't like I don't like the New Jersey Devils either. But the thing about it is they're normally either running first or second in the Metropolitan, like they have been for the last plus years. And they have been dominant in this area. To be at this low in the division, I know there's a lot of hockey to still be played, but still, in this moment, they wouldn't even be running this low. They would have been at either 3 or 2 at best. And then they would climb up to number 1, as they always have. And this is a problem. This is a sign, a real bad sign for this team. You know, it's just mind-blowing right now. And what I'm watching is real bad hockey being played. I don't like the coach, because right now the performance is real low. And I don't blame the death on Ovechkin's father on this team. That's a, you know, natural thing that's happened in, you know, everybody's life, a loss of loved one. I think it's just horrible how the offense is playing. I think they, like Lou said, they were plagued by injuries, and now they're just trying to get everybody into a play together. It's just horrible. I don't think they're going to go to a playoffs. I think this is a regular season they're going to miss, and the Stanley Cup is going to be Tampa Bay Lightnings.
Hey guys, I just got an update on my phone. Cardinals and the Chiefs are talking about sending DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs.
What? What are you really? They just traded this guy. They traded this guy already away from them. Now they want him back after years.
They're in talks right now. It's not done yet, but they're in talks.
Wow. Oh my goodness, man. I am so shocked about it. What is going wrong with this negotiations? I think everybody in the Cardinals organization needs to be fired.
And also there's the Bengals and the Rams are talking about sending Jalen Ramsey to Cincinnati.
Jalen Ramsey. Oh wow. That's a good player.
Oh, man.
To Cincinnati. Wait. So Cincinnati's talking about taking Jalen Ramsey off their roster and sending him to where again?
No, Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback for the Rams.
Okay,
them
yeah.
And the Jets are. Them and the Cincinnati Bengals are talking right now. About him going to Cincinnati.
Oh snap!
Yeah, the Bengals have been. But they're going to have to restructure.
I think they may have to restructure their contract. Let me look at something real quick. Let me go.
That's gonna be insane.
Let me get to my food,
You're gonna give up. You're going to give up your best CB DB, excuse me. You're going to give out your best DB and send him to Cincinnati? That is insane. This man has been your lifeline for years. You don't give him a straight deal? Yo, what is this going wrong with the NFL? Hold on. Okay.
Well, you don't want me to say that.
Well, we can't say that on the air, Marilyn. I already know what you're going to say. We can't say that on air.
You don't want me to say that.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
I can't read my mind.
I'm reading your mind. I'm reading your mind. I don't want you to say that right now.
Cincinnati's number 6 in cap room. You got the Bears at 1, Atlanta at 2, Giants at 3, Patriots at 4, Houston's at 5, Cincinnati's at 6. Cincinnati has like $34 million in cap room, so they might restructure his contract to keep some cap room going on for those guys.
But you don't give
now. Now Kansas City is. They might be almost at the. Let me see, Minnesota. We got KC is where. KC.
I can't believe they let Dmv.
KC is 14. KC is 14th. They got 11 million. They got 11 million they could spare. So, DeAndre probably have to restructure. They probably have to restructure his contract too to bring him there. It's going to be a lot of restructuring contracts going on, and I know that Mahomes, he would probably be down for that because he's an offensive weapon. Now, if he was a defensive guy, he might say, "No, I ain't doing that because they ain't helping me out now." But DeAndre Hopkins in, who only played a couple games last year because of the steroid thing, so he's basically fresh.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you're going to go back to a team that already traded you years ago. Now you want to go back and reclaim them? That doesn't make any sense to me.
He never played for them. He never played for Kansas City.
Was that Watkins?
That was Watkins that was there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about Watkins. My bad. So wait a minute. I thought he was okay. So he came from Texas.
Came from the Texas.
Okay. My bad. But I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that, Kev, because if you look at this, right, I would say he lost a little speed.
Well, you couldn't really tell because he got hurt when he got back. And he took all that time. I mean, he was out with 8 games for PED. Yeah. So that right there, I mean, he basically saved a season for himself, to be perfectly honest, because he never really got touched or hit really hard. He injured himself.
Okay, good point.
But going to Kansas City, just think about this. He going to Kansas City. You already got a tight end. You probably got one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now.
Right.
So who do you double team now?
That's true. That's a good point because you can't double team Kelsey. Man. You can't double team. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't. Somebody's gonna be open.
True.
Wow.
That's true. That's a good point, man.
Well, fill that up.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got an investment in that team.
Yo, this has been the greatest night ever.
They're gonna find them.
Yo.
Watch out.
Oh, geez. I am so happy this breaking news happened because, this breaking news never end. We're probably going to the whole breaking news next week, but since we got six minutes, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go Maryland Terrapins. We're going to go to NCAA tournament. We're going to go to Big Ten tournament. So the Maryland Terrapins, they made it to the Big Ten championships, but only short-lived. They made it to the quarterfinals, losing to, I hate to say this, the Hoosiers, Indiana Hoosiers, number 19. by 10 points. I am so shocked.
Indiana?
Yes,
I'll be darned.
I'm so shocked because this team has shown resilience and toughness when they took on Ohio State at home, beating a top 10, top ranking team, and then lose 2 games to Penn State and Ohio. It's unfair. It's unfair. But they still 21-12. They're going to go into the NCAA tournament. Do they make it? I think they make it to the Final Four. What do you think? Or do the final Sweet 16? Maryland, and then I'll go Gerald, then I go Kevin, and then I'll go Lou, and then we're gonna have to call it a time. All right, Maryland, what do you think?
Now, they go into the March Madness. I'm like, I'm hoping that they're going to go. I only got to watch a little bit of that game. In fact, Maryland was doing really well.
I know.
They got a good team. Yeah, they do. They really do. But the fact is, and I had TV problems. I'm not going to say it on air.
Please do not say it on air.
Oh, wow, brother. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think they can go far if they put their mind to it. If they get connected. If they, just like the Hokies female basketball team, instead of, if their coach is really good, because they knew they were going to come after Chip. Well, Mariana, she took over, and it was 3, 10, we got it.
Right.
You know, and they're going to go far, I got to say. It's just...
Okay. We got 2...
I think Maryland, and they do have a good team, and they ought to do that same... They ought to do the same thing. You know, hey, we got to play our best player here. Let's switch up, get one that's just as good. You're going to have them both going.
Oh, okay, Maryland. Maryland. Okay. We got 3 minutes. Go ahead, Gerald, and then Lou, and then Lou. Gerald, Kevin, Lou.
I think.
Wait.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think they can make it all the way. But then again, there's some good teams in it this year that want it more. So, but then again, anything can happen in a tournament.
Absolutely,
That's
Kev. What do you think, Kev? Do you think Maryland's going to make it to Sweet 16 or its Final Four?
I say Sweet 16.
Okay, awesome.
Sweet 16, yeah.
I give them the 32.
Ooh, okay. So they're not going to go to 16. Wow. Kevin's giving little blows, but that's okay, man. That's all right. Yo, man, he's great. Lou, what do you think?
I gotta agree with Kevin. I think it's gonna be 32. Sorry.
No. I'd rather for you to tell me the truth than tell me a lie, man.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I want to thank Maryland, Lou, Jared, and my man Kev for coming into. Man, I'm glad that you're here. Hey, I'm proud that you're here, man. You gotta come in and talk more sports with me. I want to thank everybody here. Without you guys, it wouldn't be a Dmv Sports Show without you. You made this great night with this breaking news every single night. Come back next week when we're talking about the Washington Capitals, Washington Winners, the Washington Commanders, and Maryland Terrapins. And question from you guys. We're going to talk about DC United. We ain't get them yet because they're on the road. And then we ain't talking about the Defenders. They're 3-0. But we're going to get to everybody next week. I promise you, without any doubt, I'm going to be on task. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming in. And be safe. You're human first, everything second.
Be safe.
And go conquer your dreams because your conqueror's definition. All right. Thank you so much for coming in to the Dmv Sports Show. Be safe. Have a great weekend. God bless you too. And I'm out. Peace. Okay. this. There we go. An outro.
Thank you for listening to the DMV Sports Talk Show with your host, Rasul McGee from Springfield, Virginia. Without you, this show would not be great. You have been entertained by the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. And be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time on the DMV Sports Talk Show.